Well, hey there, it's me, your Psycho Cat, and today I'm joined by Sophia, our lovely guardsman help lady, who has a big gun and is very cool. We're also joined by, Steve, and then if you go onto the back, Steve too. They're actually both Steve. They're the same Steve. You may say, now wait a minute, how can Steve have two skulls? Well, you see, Steve was an ancient lich and was very cool and very powerful, so these are two of his skulls. And he decided to let me carry him with him. Say hi, Steve! Isn't that great? Isn't it great to have guests? But yeah, we're going to be running around doing some missions. And let me tell you what, I've been doing a lot of missions on Damnation difficulty. That's like the number 5 big top dog deal. Good day to you too, sir. But that's a number 5 big top dog difficulty. And it's a little annoying. There's a lot of stuff that runs at you and it goes and it tries to kill you real fast, and I'm just not really vibing with that for recording because I think it will distract me too much, so I won't talk as much, and I like talking. Talking and recording, same good deals. But I have gotten her to level 25. Honestly, it's pretty easy to level up in this, but I just don't want to play this game like 2 ton much in one sitting, I guess. Let's see, what new perk? Let's see, is it worth it? Maybe. But I could refine. I could refine this perk. Nah, I think for right now we'll just keep 2 of them, because we're going to go into way lower difficulties. Well, yeah, I'm not going to stand there and talk to you all day, even though you're a pretty tech priest lady. You're my favorite tech priest lady. I wave to you. Tech priest lady. I've seen some tech priest femboys too lately, but like, you know, I like the tech priest lady. I like all the things, really. But yeah, Damnation, a little bit much. A little bit much. You know, I'm kind of curious what would happen if I just go back to the lowest difficulty and I just kind of want to compare it in my head. I just want to see like what the difference is actually like. Although I might not actually get anybody to join me on this difficulty because it's... I think even from early on you can basically play like at least 2. 3 can be a little challenging, but you know, 2 is probably a good place to be. I love pretzels. Pretzels are great. And if you can get the big soft ones, that's even better. I love them the mostest. A lot of people like to dip them in cheese and things like that, but generally speaking, I just kind of, you know, eat them. Although I went to the Kroger store and I walked in and they said, "Oh, hey, it's a cat." And I said, "Yes, I am indeed a cat. I'm glad you noticed." Because if you didn't notice, I would say, "Wow, sudden slowdown. That's kind of weird. What's with that?" Oh, are we back to normal? I guess we're back to normal. Anyway, so I went to the Kroger and they said, yeah, you're a cat. And I said, "Yeah, indeed. I'm glad you noticed that." And then I went up to the counter place and I got some pretzels. And it was delicious. But the thing was that they salted them real much. Like a real much lot. So I had to kind of shake them off. I kind of had to shake the salt. Salt shaker. Hot dog. Man, I'm hungry. But I'm always hungry. Because I am an eldritch being with a limitless appetite. I could eat this car. Well, this isn't a car, but this is a flying machine. Okie dokie, Zola, I can do that. I wasn't gonna, Mom. Geez, Zola, Mom. I wonder how difficult it would be to be a mom in, like, Warhammer 40k. I bet it would be pretty difficult. You'd have to teach your children how to shoot the las gun. You'd have to make sure they had the right cybernetic implants. You'd have to make sure that they weren't getting into gangs. Okie dokie artichoke, now we're in. And we're in like Flynn. And look at our friends here. We have Rosine. We have Mira. Hi. Mira. Mira, stop running. They won't let me. They're just shy. It's like picture day. They're shy. But yeah, we have Mira and we have Oronat? Oronat? Oronat. Oronat. Nat. We're just gonna call him Nat. Indeed. I am indeed a clockwork cat. You know, it's kind of interesting. So recently I was reading this book, or well, listening to an audiobook on like slums. It was by Mark Davies. I cannot remember the title of the book. But oh yeah, we have way more wounds and I have curios that increase my wounds, so that's interesting. What the heck is that? Hello, I'd like it very much if you were making those noises. But, you know, I was listening to this book on slums, and it was very interesting. Like, he was talking about how, like, a lot of cities will underreport how many people actually live in, like, below poverty or live in slum-type areas, and, like, how there's, like, kind of something that you would actually define as a slum versus not a slum. It was kind of interesting. And how, like, some people will try to, like, make the definition of a slum deliberately not include parts of their city so that they can act like they don't have slums. Because, you know, they're like, yeah, we're cool. We don't have slums because slums are for poor people. And, you know, we hate those around here. It's like, but poor people are people. And then they're like, nuh-uh, not really, you know. It's very interesting. It's also interesting because he was talking about how, one of the things that happened... Oop, reload. This is a rapid-fire lasgun. It's very cool. But he was talking about how there was, like, this whole thing where once certain subsidies came in and certain people could afford housing, like, if they managed to get, like, a certain kind of housing within... like, that was just outside of the slums, even if they lived in slums previously, they would suddenly be worried about property values and weird things like that. It's interesting. Although that was kind of less... I think I'm portraying that point poorly. There was more like something he said in the book made me look into that. It was very interesting. It's interesting because a lot of people will just abandon, you know, their previous class and their previous cultures if they can be included in an upper class, especially one that mocks lower class people. It's kind of interesting how often, or like how like NGOs don't really help the situation. They basically are just like a way to like let off pressure from like places that might actually revolt, you know, because, you know, hey, we can't have those people revolting over there. What if they want money? We don't like that around here. We want the money. That's what they say. And I come in with a gun and I say, give the money to the poor people. Give. And if they do not give, then, you know, we got a problem. But it's okay because I have a las gun. Because I am the cool revolutionary cat. But it was also making me think about, like, you know, like people living in like situations like Warhammer. And, you know, reading a lot of like the situations in the Hive cities, like, yeah, it sounds a little extreme. But then you actually consider the way that, like, a lot of real-world cities function, and it's like, okay, a Hive city is, in a lot of ways, kind of like just a regular city, really. It's just that, you know, this was written by a bunch of guys who were, like, middle class, and so they didn't really... Or, well, you know, middle class with quotation marks on it, because middle class really exists. That's a whole other discussion. Oh, that's a lot of guys. But it was kind of, it was interesting, because I was thinking about that, and it's like, well, other than the numbers, because the numbers is always something in 40K that's a little silly, because they're talking about, like, 94 billion people in a city, and, like, pretty much no matter how much you, like, can pack people into these areas, like water supplies would be exhausted and stuff like that. There's like almost no way there would be people with enough water to survive. And it's not like, oh man, the conditions are super brutal. It's more like people just straight up could not survive. There's just not enough water. It's like, how would the infrastructure work? Like, there's like all kinds of little things that never really made much sense with that. But it's kind of interesting because basically the implication in a lot of those like 40K type things with the hive cities is just that like being poor will make you an evil ganger, which is interesting. But I think that 40K is supposed to be kind of you know, it's like the whole satirical thing, so maybe they were having a lark, as the people say. I don't really need this, but you know, it is pretty interesting to think about. Like, I guess 40K is one of those things that gets so ridiculous that it gets hard to even really think about on any level without me going, well, that doesn't make much sense. But you know, I do love quite a few parts of 40K, but it's kind of interesting. The more I like a subject matter, the more I tend to like look into it and go, hey, that's weird, especially if it's like a fictional universe. Although I don't do this with everything. I don't necessarily do that with Warhammer Fantasy as much, but that's just because I like the Warhammer Fantasy. I think I like it more than I like the 40K. But 40K still is cool. Like, I feel cool using this las gun. I just wish that the Imperium wasn't quite so shit. I mean, like, I guess it makes sense because you're talking about, like, how, like, it's a weird fascist nightmare place. Right? But, like, I don't know. I guess at this point it's kind of weird because they keep like oh, excuse me. You know, I was thinking about shooting it because we're on the lowest difficulty. I think we could probably kill it. But you know, the problem is that I don't even think you really get anything for killing the demon host. Well, here, let's kill these guys. I mean, killing a demon host, the reward is that you kill the demon host. But I don't actually think it, like, drops anything or anything. You know what? Maybe here we'll just do this. Whoop. 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 Oh. I didn't realize that it would actually... Oh, I'm not even looking at the damn thing. I don't know why I expected them to do, like, anything about... I'm very silly for doing that. Oh, actually, they're doing a decent amount of health to it. Or a decent amount of damage. I just wonder, like, because I'm... Oh, yeah, no, I didn't even think about the fact that they were all bots. So that was just gonna kill me. That was dumb of me. Probably actually could have survived that if I turned around and shot it. You failed the Emperor. I don't really care that I failed the Emperor. I don't like the Emperor. The Emperor is not even cool. I would work for the Tau. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Tau have a lot of messed up stuff too, but like, hey man, at least I get a cool gun. And I probably live in a nice house. I mean, with the way the Imperium is, you would basically just expect that... I would highly doubt that it would last like 10,000 years. Mostly just because you would think people would be in like literally constant uproar. I'm just imagining like Rabute Gilliman visits your planet and you walk up to him and you go, "Sir, can I have some rations?" And then he's like, "No." And then a lot of people just swarm him and kill, stab, stab. But of course, you can't have that because he's prime. Like, oh my god, I don't have a body. Oh lord, you look kind of scary, actually. Wait, let's see. Yeah, he looks less scary once the pants come in. An ogre without pants, terror. But you know. Good for you. Let's see. Well, let's go to a 2 difficulty. Because 1 was just way too easy until I shot that demon host. You know what? Maybe I should get my shotgun out. I really like the shotgun. Shotgun's a lot of fun. Would you start a rebellion in the Imperium? I feel like I would. I would start a big rebellion. I would go into the bad places and I would go, hey guys, I have these explosives. Would you like to help me start a revolution on this planet? And then they'd be like, but what about the Emperor? It's like, oh no, it's okay. The Emperor told me it was okay. And then they all rise up with me and we destroy the Imperium. And replace it with a cat Imperium. Although it won't actually be an Imperium, it'll just be a big cat paradise. I'm gonna eat all the Chaos Boys. They can try to resist, but I'm just gonna go, and they'll be eaten. I wonder if you could win over a revolution by just saying that it will give you cat girls. People really do seem to like girls with cat ears, which makes sense, because ladies are nice, and then cat ears are nice, so then it's like double nice. But of course, we're going to give them empowered cat girls. So they'll, like, a guy will walk up to them and be like, Neku, Neku, I want to pet you. And she'll be like, sir, please get out of my way. I'm on my way to a business meeting. I'm on my way to spread the cat good news. And to, build a cat utopia with a shovel. And then she'll put on a hard hat and she'll have a shovel. And she'll be like building a cat utopia, and the guy will be like, but I wanted to pat. And she's like, oh well, sir, if you want to pat, you should go pat the cat. And then I'll pop into existence behind him and be like, you will pet me, and he'll pet me, and then he'll have good cheer. Very good. But we'll also use like a bunch of like really cool symbols. Like I'm thinking I really like German history, and I really like Roman history to a certain extent, and I like ancient India and ancient Persia. So let's just use like a bunch of symbols from all that stuff and build it together to make a cat utopia. Like a cat revolutionary utopia where everybody has what they need and we can build robots, and the robots can do a lot of the work for us. I do love me some robots. You guys look interesting. Oh.
Wonder what makes this one so important.
Your first stop's the supply elevator.
Oh, this is easy. These guys kind of look like they're wearing stuff that reminds me of like Gene Stealer cultists. But we can embrace a big cat utopia, and we can use the factories to build cat type tanks. And then we can go up to the Tau, and the Tau will be like, for the greater good. And I'll be like, the cat is the greatest good. And they'll be like, I don't, that doesn't sound correct. And then I will go up to the ethereal, and I'll talk to them for a little while, and they won't realize that they're breathing in my fur. Because I'll be shedding a little bit, and I'll go, hello, do you have a brush? And then they'll give me a brush, and I'll brush myself. And some of the fur will come off, and he'll breathe it in, and then I'll have infected him. And then I will use the ethereal of mind control powers to turn a bunch of Tau worlds to the worship of Ma Kali and the cat. Well, you don't really need to worship me. You need to pet me, though. But, and then once we take over, like, a big swath of the Tau Empire, we'll also take over a big swath of the Imperium, and then we'll create Tau Space Marines and better working conditions for everybody. And then, we'll also build in some ice cream machines. I think ice cream machines sound nice. Although, I personally do not eat the ice cream anymore, because I am a good kitty, so I eat fruit. But we can get some sorbet, and I guess after we conquer some worlds, maybe we can take a little break from the niceness of the nice diet, and we can get a little bit of junk. We can get like a big scoop of mint chocolate chip ice cream. That sounds good. Ooh. Yeah, this gun's really effective now. Or, well, it feels more... I guess it's probably because on the higher difficulties, I'm assuming they take less damage. They certainly do less damage on this difficulty. But, we can also, like, maybe we can make a cool flag, and it can be, like, a flag that has, like, a like a stylized cat head on it and a stylized Kali head. Or no, we can use like the Kali rune, and that can be like the symbol of our empire. And everyone's like, "Where's this rune come from?" And I say, "Hey, would you like to hear about the lovely Ma Kali?" And they're like, "Oh, I don't really want to hear about that." I'll be like, "Okay, would you like to join our empire?" And they're like, not particularly. We kind of have our own thing going on." And I'll be like, "Okay." And then hopefully we can at least establish a trade relationship, and then we can build up the trade relationships, and then we can build a big, beautiful galaxy. And then there'll be people who are like, we love chaos, and I'll be like, "Nuh-uh," and then I'll go into the warp and I'll eat the chaos gods. You could probably do that. Although I imagine Nurgle wouldn't taste very good, and I imagine that Slaanesh would taste like weird and artificial because of the drugs. But you know, it's cool. I can't seem to hit that sniper, man. No, there he, that's why, because I think I was aiming too high? Yeah, I think I was. Oh, I was. I was aiming way high. I guess I thought there was like a platform or something he was standing on. Oh, geez, hello. Stay frosty in the ambush like a cupcake. Oh, we could also do that. I'm sure that if you, like, gave people the option between Cat or Chaos, and I was like, yeah, but you could come over here and it would be cool.
The Minotaur gets the job done.
Oh, dear Lord. We could also give them free healthcare. And then we could just make a big, better society, but then people will keep screaming, "But the Emperor!" And I'll be like, "Yeah, but I'm the Cat Emperor." And they'll be like, "Heresy!" And then I'll be like, "No, he's not heresy. You have simply been told a silly Billy thing." And they'll be like, "What's a silly Billy?" And I'm like, "You're being a silly Billy right now." You know, stuff like that. You gotta tell the silly Billies to stop being silly Billies so that they don't silly Billy up your empire, you know? And then it's not gonna be like the Emperor where it's just like, "I can't tell you anything because I'm very secretive and smart. And you're not as smart, you know?" Man, I really like this gun. I feel like I'm kind of like a lawnmower, basically singeing the grass.
You've reached the elevator. Time to get it in motion.
Ah, yes, this grass has become unruly, so we must singe it down. But you know, I wouldn't singe grass because grass is nice. Grass is just another living thing, and you have to love it. You know, like everything else. I wonder if grass can feel pain. I should look that up, because now I need to decide whether or not I'm going to trim lawns. But, that was a silly thing. Gun. What? I think that's the first mutant I've seen. Excuse me. On this difficulty, anyway. Oh, it's a bomber. I thought it was a trapper. Oh, actually taking damage now. Excuse me, sir. Here, do you have a moment to talk about your place in the Cat Empire? Oh, geez. Jeez. I got a little bit of a cough going on because I had to spread my spores so that we could get more people to come over and think about the cat way of life. And then, you know, we'll have just a bunch of me running around because I can duplicate myself basically infinitely. Well, not quite infinitely. But, you know, functionally. I'm holding a pose on the ground. But, you know, and then after we do that, we can take the Psychers and they'll be like, "Make the warp be less bad." And I'll be like, "Okay." And then I'll breathe fire into the warp and then it'll burn everything. And then Chaos Gods will be like, "Oh," and then they'll burn. You know? I think that would be cool. Oh. Okay.
There is something have more than tanks.
We must flip weapons quickly.
Tougher tanks, eh? Sounds good to me.
You lot are alright, you know that.
And you! I've certainly had worse folk watching my back.
Oh, see, that was a nice thing. Us lot are all right. Indeed. We are all right together once we serve the Cat Empire. But I gotta be careful, because if I keep telling these guys about that, the boss people will probably hear it, and they'll be like, hey, what kind of Cat Empire are you planning? And I'll be like, oh, don't worry. I'm gonna build in a place for you, and you can get some snacks. And they'll be like, oh, what? Do you mean that I can have snacks? I'll be like, no, you're part of an evil empire. You have to work the snack counter first. We have to make sure that we can trust you. Whee! Oh, that's right. They're a psyker. I was like, wait, they're not taking damage. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the Cat Empire is recruiting now. You should join. You should join the Cat Empire. And after we build up a bunch of scratching posts, among other things. I mean, I don't really need a scratching post, but scratching posts, it's thematic. And I like thematic. Oh, I guess I was closer than I thought I was. Sorry, demon. Currently, you work for the wrong deity. Don't worry, we'll get you some conversion papers later. I like how I just started swinging my axe before I was even on the thing. Because I'm a silly Billy, sometimes. But that is the thing, we cannot all be silly Billies all the time. Sometimes you want to be a cool cat. You know what that means.
Regulations need to work well.
This is the shelter complex. The place you want's a bit further down.
That's kind of scary.
You know what we need? Rapid snipers. Best marksmen in the guard. Our snipers are always better. They like a tickle for sure. Swear being drunk makes them even better shots.
Oh, that's another thing. I guess we could make cat alcohol, although I don't really want to make like a bunch of cat alcohol. Maybe we can make cat marijuana. I guess that's just like regular marijuana, but more potent. So then we'll just make a bunch of that, and then we can give that to the Rattling snipers, and then they can be all like into it and stuff. Recently I was listening to Bob Marley, and I'm thinking if we gave them the Bob Marley song, and then also the Rattling marijuana, I think they'd be really happy. And then we could all sing Exodus. Alright. Boom, boom. Movement of Ja people. You know what I mean? I think that would be cool. What if we... Hello. Excuse me, would you... Oh. I think I was missing a lot of shots there or something. Oh, that sounds like a beast of Nurgle? Or is that a... Yep, that is a beast of Nurgle.
Kill shot drills engaged. Grenade out!
Oh, this guy's name is Chaos Lord. I guess we should probably watch our backs around him, because he might, try to do chaos things. We shouldn't unfairly stereotype Nurgle people. Ooh. It's weird inside here. Very gooey. Gooier than I was expecting. Kind of gross. But you get used to it. Thankfully, Sophia's not covered in, like, fur everywhere, so it won't get all stuck in her fur. What?
A hideously persistent foe.
I did remember pulling out a grenade. Or pressing the button to pull out a grenade. That's silly. But it's okay, because I have a flashlight.
When the next skirmish starts, you follow my lead, like soldiers. Got it? In this city, you do better to fight like an enforcer.
Ooh. You know, we have a fun French psyker, and I like the diversity of that. You know what? We're gonna keep it so that in the Cat Empire, people have different accents on different planets, so that it can be fun and diverse. Hello, are you here to take your accent class? It's like, but sir, I already speak perfectly fine Cat English, and I'll be like, yes, but do you speak Cat English with an accent to make it fun? And then they'll say, I guess I speak with this accent. And I'll be like, not what I meant. Sorry. We're going to have to get you more classes. And then they can go to the classes, but we'll also provide them a good education where they can learn how to work with robots, cat robots that are very big and have guns. And they'll be like, hello, I am X4977776 X494. And I have a problem where I don't really do accents, and then we'll be like, it's okay, we'll get you there. But rather than reprogramming them, we're just gonna keep giving them accent lessons. You know what I mean? I think that would honestly be more beneficial overall. But you know, I really like the idea of starting a Cat Empire. We should do that. We should start a little Cat Empire, and we'll make our own Space Marines and stuff. And we won't use Gene Seed. We'll use other cool cat implants to give them cat-like powers, because it just kind of seems like Gene Seed is legitimately made to make you fail. It's like the thing that like keeps like killing like half your recruits, or turning them into weird wolf people, or turning them into weird horrible vampires that die, or turning them into XYZ. You know what I mean? It's like the Gene Seed seems like kind of like the part of this that you probably don't really need. But then it's like, well, they got to grow into their organs and stuff like that. It's like, well, couldn't we just make more stable organs? We clearly have the technology. No! That's not cool and grimdark. And I'll say, but the Cat Empire is not grimdark. And they'll be like, oh, how dare you be noble bright? And I'll be like, yeah, just take that. Mmm. Delicious ammo. I don't really think I'm not really, I guess I have a few magazines. That's weird. Surprising amount of Ogrins on this planet. I thought they would have been rarer, but I guess... Actually, I don't know. How rare are Ogrins within the larger scheme of things? I don't think they're that rare. I was about to say, I think if there's a grenade at my feet. But you know what? Maybe we can make somebody a cat Ogrin. That's just like a very large cat. Ooh, or maybe we can just give them the tiger stripe outfit. That would be good. Ooh. Yes, it's all coming together. The plan is coming together. But you know, we don't all need to be cats. So maybe we can give them like, lizard-looking clothes. Maybe they could be like big lizard people. Ooh, there you go. We'll make a bunch of big lizard people as well. And then people will be like, why do we have so many big lizard people? I'll be like, well, why wouldn't we have lizard people? Now you see, I think we're getting to where we need to be. I think the plan's coming together in a new way. I mean, you don't really have to... Did what? Oh. Press a button. Does the formulation of smelting begin? Ooh, that just reminds me, since I was thinking about smelters, we could also include a bunch of Photon, because they're basically dwarves, right? Excuse me. But the dwarves are like AI and other things. Maybe we can make them, well, not make them, but maybe we can ask them if they like working in like foundries and things like that. Of like the Cat Empire, and then like we can have Cat Empire foundries. There it is. Goo goo. Must be smacked. And then you know what I'm thinking? If we do that, then we can have a diverse empire. Oh, and then the Eldar can be like the elves, and then basically we can just turn the Cat Empire into the Empire from Warhammer Fantasy, but in space. Well, I mean, this. I'm actually really liking this plan. I'm like really liking this plan, this scheme that we're coming up with. Yeah, there you go. Oh, and then we can introduce Empire hats in space. We could just have like a bunch of Lens Connect hats. Or we can have like, ooh, that's scary. Or we can have like, Oh. I'm very glad it decided to put me on the edge. Uh-oh. Well, alright then. I was too busy talking about Cat Empire things, but that's okay. Because now that just gives me more time to focus on Cat Empire thingies. You know, maybe we could, yeah, no, I think that would be great. And then we could also maybe introduce it so we get, like, special, like, plasma spears for people. So we could have, oh, plasma halberds. Power halberds. Yeah. No, I'm thinking this is coming together. And then, you know, actually, I bet you if you just had, like, a small group of Votan, a small group of Imperials, and a small group of Eldar working together, they could probably make some... That sounded scary. But, we could probably do all this and mix it together and just make, like, a little research station. That would be cool. Oh, actually, we don't need, like, a ton of different... We don't actually need, like, a ton of different... Wait, what's happening? Yeah, what? Oh. Oh. Okay, then. This has been kind of weird. That was kind of weird to watch. There, I'm just going to focus back on me. I look like I'm in deep contemplation and prayer, but also possibly bondage. We'll go with deep concentration and prayer. Very cool. But, oh, and then we could build big temples. Oh, I want to build, like, a really big temple dedicated to, like, Ma Kali. Like, just a huge temple on a planet. Oh, actually... Yeah, I'm just going to go back to building, like, my own little system and doing this. Just, like, not even bothering. Just, like, having my own little planet area, like, on the edge of the Imperium, and now, like, everything's going bad, and, like, but we built better systems, and then we're just, like, all, like, hanging out and being like, hey, this is a cool place. Or...
Your colleagues need you, Roughneck.
That looked like that was... That looked like that was going terribly. Not great, but that's okay. One explosion was all it took to throw me. And then I die. When you see the light. There you go. Oh yeah, and then we could also create our own cat national anthem. Our planetary system, our solar system anthem. Yeah, let's just have it stick with the solar system. I feel like a solar system could at least still be manageable. I feel like something the size of the Imperium is just never really gonna be manageable. Not really. I mean, I suppose you can get it to work on a certain level, but not like, if you actually want to make sure it's a good system, like, you'd have to spend a lot of time. Oh, I mean, I guess you could do it, it's just that you'd have to, like, spend a lot of time and, like, get to really advanced technology. Ooh, there you go, we'll just get to, like, precursor level technology, and then we'll just, like, people will, like, try to, like, come and attack us, and we'll just, like, nah. Actually, it would be really funny if, like, outside of, like, the Warhammer galaxy, Like if you went outside the Milky Way, everything was just... That would actually... There you go. That's what we'll do. I'll just travel with my big advanced cat power since I've traveled more than a few galaxies in my time. I'll just go out there and I'll just create my own place, and then I'll come back to the Imperium and like, we're the biggest empire. And I'm like, I actually have an empire that spans like 70 galaxies and stuff. Are you sure you're the biggest? Jeez. It would actually also be funny because I would take humans with me, and then I would like use my magical powers to make a bunch more humans, and then
Nicely done. Couldn't ask for a cleaner result.
If we don't move out, we're going to cook.
and
You
wait, why are we?
must heal, roughneck.
But there you go. Yeah, that's a great idea. Oh man, that would be really cool. You know, I was watching a Pancreas No Work video where he was talking about the Varangian Guard and like actually using like Viking elements. But let's do that. Let's just have like a Space Marine chapter and like some Imperial Guard that go out with them. And press. Oh, I thought they were gonna press the button. That, and then they can go out into the wider galaxy, like outside of the Imperium, and just check out the coolness. And maybe there will be cool stuff among the stars. And maybe things will be nicer there. That would be cool. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go make a nice empire out in the stars, and then we don't have to build slums or anything. We can build much cooler things. And we can build big towers, and I want to build a big tower, and I want to name the tower the Cat Tower of Cattacular Awesome. Possum. Raccoon? No, I can't just keep it including more animal names. I don't think that'll work. But anyway, I don't know. I just felt like babbling about creating a cat empire while playing a video game. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you join my cat empire. And I hope that we all get to build a really big house together. And then we'll protect the people there. Like, not like this. This looks bad. Let's not do this. Let's make a big, nice place. You can have a pool. Make a bunch of Imperial pools. Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. Anyway, I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.